Hey everybody, how you doing tonight? Welcome to another episode of Creator Therapy, where an unlicensed therapist, I'm not licensed, I'm not really a therapist, but I have gone through some stuff and I can relate. So this is going to be fun. We're going to talk about YouTube struggles, and one of those struggles that you and I probably often have is that we look at analytics and we get anxiety just why are my analytics like this? And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some fixes so that you don't get so fixated, because it's not fun. We're going to talk about three things. We're going to talk about click-through rate, CTR. We're going to talk about watch time, and we're going to talk about AVD, average view duration. So stick around, and we're going to talk about these cool things. So, and go. Creator therapy, analytics, anxiety. No. Yeah. All right. So first, we're going to treat analytics as symptoms. We're going to treat low click-through rate as thumbnail trauma. We're going to treat low AVD as short attention span syndrome. We're going to treat low watch time as retention regression, and it's demo time. Okay, we're going to have some demos, so stick around. We're going to see some stuff. You'll see it. It'll be great. All right. No, click. Okay, so here we go. The treatment plan. We're going to have some practical prescriptions for each issue. First, click-through rate fixes. We're going to talk about thumbnails that stand out and titles with curiosity. Average view duration fixes. We're going to talk about strong hooks and cut the fluff and fast pacing. We're going to talk about watch time fixes like chapters and storytelling and natural flow. And we're going to talk about, in the not-so-therapist language, but let's say, take 2 thumbnails and call me in the morning, or prescribed 1 daily dose of storytelling practice for better retention. Yeah, so there we go. Let's go and hit the next. So anyway, so we're going to talk about ways to improve your click-through rate, all right? And let's go look at mine. So we'll do demo time. Demo time. Demo time. It's demo time. Da-da-da. Okay, here we go. So let's go and look. And here is my spreadsheet of bad things. Anyway, all right. So I should make this where you can see it better, right? And let's see here. Da-da-da. Hello, come on. Let me shrink this down just a hair. I just want everybody to see it. All right, we'll just move it over. Come on. I just want to shrink you down just a winky bit. I'm having one of those nights where things don't want to shrink down so that I can move them into the screen better. All right, here we go. All right. Come on now. Let's play. Let's play. Let's play. It's been weird. I couldn't get like the double I-beam to come up. There we go. All right. It's still not very viewable, so we'll shrink me. We'll shrink me. We'll make me smaller. Because me smaller. Is a slide lock? No, but it's just acting crazy. Here we go. Shrink. Okay. I am less important. But this is more important. All right, here we go. So, make it bigger just for you guys. All right, here we go. So, these are videos on my channel that, strangely, these are the top 5 videos as far as watch time goes. So, wow. Yeah, I mean, lots of minutes watched. It's got a 68.21% average view duration. What? People watch 62%. That is my OneDrive on Mac add to Finder favorite short. So people watch that. People love my videos about OneDrive. Okay, fine. Then I got OneDrive Sync not working for macOS. Here's fixes. Try these fixes. That one got 35.43%. And then I've got my install Parallels 20 and Windows 11. I got 26.77%. And then Beginner's Guide to Ubuntu on Mac with VMware Fusion got me 18.92%. And then you got Notepad++ on Mac using Porting Kit, and that was 23.56. So, okay, yeah, okay, fine. And then here's my top videos for click-through rate. Ecamm Community, Creator Burnout Crisis, Zero to Hero Guide for Ecamm, OneDrive for Mac Finder Favorites, From Education to Ecamm Guest Story. Okay, that's kind of what the topic format was, From Education to Ecamm, yep. And then my average view duration was Complete Beginner's Guide to Installing Ubuntu install Parallels 20 on Windows 11 and Windows 11 Notepad++, best content creator burnout, fake therapist, and OneDrive sync not working on macOS. So I'm seeing a pattern here. My OneDrive videos do pretty well, and my videos on Burnout, strangely, do pretty well. So you guys must like Burnout. I don't know what that's all about, but or like trying to overcome burnout. And maybe you can relate to times when I've had burnout during my content creator journey over the years. So it seems like April, others have said, April seems to be the time when most creators have burnout. I'll tell you why. Because first of the year comes, we have been fixating on goals about our channel, and January comes and we say, we're going to hit the ground running. We're going to go, 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 go. And so you hard charge it, and then April comes and you have burned yourself out because you have done so much. It's just, what are you going to do? Because April, you've tried to get your channel kickstarted for the new year because, hey, it's a new year. Everything's new. You have to start over again. It's just, so we burn out. So it turns out that videos that I do on burnout seem to be very popular on my channel, and videos I do about OneDrive and about virtualization are very popular. So I'm not daunted. It still says, I did like a channel audit, and it said, hey, I'm using ChatGPT, or I've also been playing around with, why can't I think of the name of it? It's called something, Comet. I've been playing around with Comet, which has, brain, no work, Perplexity built into it. So I've been playing around with that, and I had to do a channel audit, and it's like, hey, your channel's a lot about creator therapy, problems that YouTubers go through, and hey, what are you gonna do? Yeah, it's here in the United States, April is also tax season, so yeah, it's just very painful. So it goes. Well, let's talk about ways you can improve your click-through rate. So let's find here. Let's go this one. There we go. All right. So ways to improve click-through rate. Bold, bright thumbnails. Stands out in feeds, higher visual engagement. Emotional faces. People do like to see emotional faces. They like smiles. I think the days of going like on all your videos, on your thumbnails are over, thankfully. But emotional faces that show expressions, they give a human connection. If it's an emotion that people can relate to, then it helps drive them to want to connect. Curiosity and titles, you can get tease solutions and results. It drives clicks. Then you've got numbers and specifics. So use 3 tips, 5 hacks, 7 best ways to do this. It implies value, makes it easy to scan. People like listicles. A/B testing, trying different versions, data-driven improvement. These are things you can do with your thumbnails because thumbnails will help. Thumbnails are the key to click-through rate, and second runner-up are titles. And if you can spark curiosity in the titles, that's going to get you there. It's going to get you somewhere. Next up, ways to improve watch time. So my watch time, we go and look at my channel analytics. After I go to the right browser, ta-da! Give me the right browser, please. I'm having one of those nights, where you're just all over the place, man. Just all over the place. All over the place. All right, here we go. Let's go do some sharing, because sharing means caring. There we go. All right, so small. Why so small? Let's make it bigger. Bigger. Okay. I collapse that. Say collapse me. There we go. All right, so a little bit easier to read, but still near impossible, right? That's what you're probably saying right now. I can't read it, Roy. It's too small. All right, so here I've gone through and done advanced mode, and I said, hey, I want to see my average view duration, I want to see my watch time, and I want to see my impressions click-through rate. And this is for the last 28 days on my channel. So it'd be nice if I could sort, but you can sort by watch time when it's in a good mood. Hello. Anyway, it's not letting me sort, of course. Just make it that way. But see my OneDrive It's pulling in the boys to the yard. Not working. The sync not working. YouTube moderation, a guide for beginners. That video with Paul Duncan is just continues to draw people in. People love to learn about moderation. I've been thinking about inviting Paul back, and let's just do another moderation video if he'll let me. We'll see. So how did I get there? I went to advanced mode, and if you know, the analytics have really changed. So I go to advanced mode here. Hello. I thought I was going to go to advanced mode, but it's in a mood. Back to analytics, content, analytics. There we go. All right, and then I'll go over here and choose the metrics. And I'm sure I don't care about subscribers. I'll average view duration. Watch time's already there. And then impressions, click-through rate. So those are already checked. And then I go here, and that's where. And then you can click right here in advanced mode and collapse that out. And there you can go in and look, and so you can see, hey, here's how I've done the last 28 days. YouTube moderation, what happens when your live stream goes wrong. That's weird. I got a good average duration there, but that video didn't get a lot of views. Isn't that a kind of weird place? Got 127, though. That's not bad. I've been averaging on my live streams over 100 views per live stream. I'm the last little bit, except for a couple. So I may be getting better at something. I don't know. We'll find out, right? Maybe I'm getting better. Maybe you guys want to see what I'm doing. All right, so let's talk about watch time. Bright, bold thumbnails. Yep. Use vibrant colors. Stands out in the feeds. Grabs attention. Emotional faces. Charismatic. So we did that one. Okay. Average view duration. How do we improve that? Stronger hooks. I got to give you something in the first minute that says you really need to stick around. And if you stick around to the end, there's going to be a bonus. Stick around for that. So I've got to give intrigue. I've got to give curiosity. I've got to give a strong hook that brings you in. And I'm still terrible at it. I hate that. But, you know, open with a bold question or a visual hook. It prevents early exits. Then trim intros. Keep branding and intro animation under 5 seconds. Reduces early abandonment. And then deliver value quickly. Give early insights before deep dive. It keeps viewers invested. And then teaser. Open loops. Hint at exciting info later in the video. Encourages viewers to stick around longer. And then reduce filler, cut pauses and tangents, practice multiple times so that you don't have problems in these problems. I practiced all this before the show, and yet it wants to act dumb anyway. So live audience therapy. So maybe some of you guys want to confess challenges you've had. Like somebody asked me, Doc, I have a 2% click-through rate. That's critical. My response was that's critical but not terminal. And here's how you treat it. So first, don't panic. A 2% click-through rate isn't automatically bad. YouTube considers 2 to 10% normal depending on niche and traffic source and type of video. So you're not broken. You're in the game. And then click-through rate's only half the story. If people who do click are watching a lot, good AVD or watch time, your YouTube will keep showing your video. And sometimes a low click-through rate with a higher watch time is better than a higher click-through rate with a poor retention. So, yeah, I mean, give me the watch time over click-through rate every single day of the week. You know? And here's a motivational message. You're not your analytics. They're just data to help you grow. Don't let numbers steal your joy. And then my call to action is share one thing you'll work on this week. Tell me what you're going to work on. So let's go and say hi to everybody. Right? Everybody out there, let's go. Here's my shout out. Ta-da! Okay. Let's see here. Stuart in the house. How you doing, sir? Kinda wild one. Hey, how things in Colorado? That's an interesting spreadsheet. I will gladly share that spreadsheet if anybody wants it. Why are there any adults who aren't completely exhausted all the time in 2025, though? That is true. This has definitely been a challenging year, has it not? Hey, Roy. Hey, Enda. How are you doing tonight? Enda could tell us all kind of stuff about click-through rate, average view duration, and watch time because he's blowing it out of the park in finance. Finance is definitely a great niche. I wish I could count, but I'm not a finance kind of person, so it's true. I'm not. I'll admit. So what about you? What are your challenges? What are things that you are anxious about? You know, what makes you crazy? You know, on your channel. John says, I feel obligated to try to keep typing stuff so I retain my number one position on the leaderboard. Yes, that's anxiety as well. I got to stay number one on the board, Roy. So I'm going to keep typing comments so that I keep getting that little crown with a number one on it. So thank you, John. I do appreciate the support. That is encouraging. That's the kind of thing that's very helpful. So, but what are your challenges? What do you got going on? John, that's terrible. John says, I feel like nobody cares about anything I say, and one mean comment makes me want to give up. Man, I can relate to that. Let's go blip, blip. Don't, John. John, we need your comment. There, think about it. Just remember, hurt people hurt others. People leave those mean comments because they are hurting, and in order to relieve their own pain, they feel like they have to dish out pain on somebody else. Okay? It's true. Hurt people hurt people. And so do not let those randos out there. Some random person on the internet was like, this 1 hour replay of a live stream wasn't the 30-second summary I was looking for. And all I could think of was, it's kind of on you, dude. Laugh out loud. I can understand that. You know, if they want a 30-second summary, then my recommendation is watch it on 2 times speed. That way they get it closer to 30 seconds. But yeah, you know, maybe. So I don't know. John, do you go back and do chapters on your live streams? I have to go look. And then the other thing is maybe at the end of your live stream, you do a summary of everything that you talked about earlier. And let's see. My challenges are time and my setup. Set a plan, getting this straightened out. So friction is a killer of joy. It does prevent you from making content. That's why if you can, if it's possible, if you can set up your location in the house and say, this is my place to do videos, and I'm going to keep my equipment set up. But I mean, if you're in a situation where you got to keep tearing things down and putting it back up, then it starts to feel like work, and you don't want to do it. You just don't want to do it. There's so many things I should be doing, but I'm one tired old man with a full-time job and back pain. I understand. Strange enough, my back's been hurting the past 2 days too. So I don't declare to be old. I'm still young, thank you. I just look old. I got a lot of experience points. That's what it is. Lots of experience points. So, and Matt Haas in the house. He says, hello. Hey, Matt, how are you tonight? So, John, you still got number 1 rank for chat there. I hope you're keeping it going. You know, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. If you can keep your studio set up, then that's very convenient. Now, I've seen people who have done some really cool things, and they have taken like a C-stand, and they've bolted everything onto the C-stand, and then they put wheels on the C-stand, and then they literally wheel it around. They wheel it around like the saline solution thing you hanging on in the hospital. They always got your saline solution hanging on something, and they wheel it around, and there it is. It has their camera and everything, and the light and their camera all on one thing, and they plop their laptop down, plug it in, and they go. And if that's something you can set up, that might make your life easier. But yeah, it says streaming studio is good to have. Fish6 says, exactly, my studio is my office, which is also used by others. It's tough. Yeah, the IV drip. Thank you, John. I just couldn't think of that word. It was I couldn't think of the word IV drip. It was a hard word for me today. IV drip trolley. Yes, that's it. So you could do something like that. Set up everything on it. Wheel it around. And hey, let's get started making content. This black background is really dark. I feel like I need something back there, right? I don't know. But it was convenient. There it is. So, yeah. Go make content. Go tell stories. You know, this is the kind of stuff you need. It's going to be great. All right, so here we go. You are not your analytics. They're just data to help you grow. Don't let YouTube numbers steal your joy. Like, subscribe, and share one thing that you'll work on this week. What are you going to work on? What are you going to fix? What are you going to do? What's that one thing you're going to do to make things better? What's that one thing you're going to do to make things better? What are you going to do? What are you going to do to make things better? One thing. You know, if you just fix one thing, if you focus on one thing, and it makes a difference. And we've talked about that on the show before. Scientific principle. Change one thing and see what happens. Change one thing. Yeah. Micah is in the house, and Micah says, I just reached 416 subscribers. Oh, wow. Congratulations, Micah. That's fantastic. Yeah. Micah's a faith-based channel, so that's really good. That is really good because you never know how people are going to feel about you expressing your faith online. I did just reach 800 subscribers. Yay! That's what's cool. 5,000 watch hour time. Whoa! It's progress. It feels super. It just feels super hard. It does, but 800 subscribers and 5,000 watch hours means you get that you are, monetization light, that you can do super chats and things like that. I don't even know if that's something that you're shooting for or that you've turned on your channel, but if you got this kind of wiped out kind of watch time, that's fantastic. So congratulations on that. All right. Well, so I don't know if you know or not, but I have a newsletter. And if you go to subscribe.techtroublemaker.com, you can sign up for my newsletter. It's hosted on CreatorKit, CreateKit, which is kit.com now. And, get out there and subscribe to it. It's almost a weekly newsletter. I'm working on that. I did do pretty good for a couple weeks, but it will go to a once a week newsletter. So I would love for everybody to please subscribe to that newsletter. I cover some great tips. I talk about AI, using it for content creation. I know that's not what John's into, but I do talk about content creation. Last one I see is August 5th. Yeah, it's just I'm a little behind. I didn't do one last week. If I tell you about my week, you'd understand why I didn't do one. And this week, I just have nothing but excuses. My oldest son was in town from the UK, and I decided it was a family week, so the newsletter didn't go out. These things happen, but that's how life goes, Yeah, see, John says, yeah, but you'd be surprised all the features that get turned on at just 800 subscribers when you get the watch time. And then it says, last one I see is August 5th. You're right. That's nice. You got to catch up. Yep, he flew back today. He's actually on a plane. I guess he's probably going to land here in about another couple hours. I just reached watch time hour 56.2. Oh, that's fantastic. Great job, Micah. Keep it going. Keep it going. Just keep swimming. Yeah, that's great. All right. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight and my, creator therapy here, where I'm the patient and I'm trying to show you the stuff I picked up a long time. Wait, there's a question here. I have to answer this question. Yes, he did bring me biscuits. He did not bring me tea. Well, okay. He brought me shortbread cookies that were salted caramel flavored in a beautiful red and black British mailbox colored tin. He also had some Earl Grey flavored shortbread cookies, but I took the salted caramel because my youngest daughter likes that. That's her favorite flavor. I would have preferred probably the Earl Grey, but the salted caramel was great as well. And they have been consumed before he even left. So there you go. Yes, he did bring me biscuits. That's such is life. Good times. All right. That's it. That's our show for tonight. If you like this sort of thing, you can subscribe, but I'd really rather you just like it. Hit that like button. That brings me more joy than subscriptions these days. So hit that like button, y'all. And we're out of here. Nope. There we go. I hope you guys all have a wonderful night. Thanks for watching. Bye. YouTube's going to tell you something to watch right here. So whatever it says watch, you should watch it.